All right, we gotta talk. I mean, we all see all these dudes out there looking tacky, and we all know they're not trying to, they just don't know any better. So that's why I wanna make today's video to hopefully help you avoid looking tacky. I get it though, right? Most dudes just don't wanna spend a whole lot of time worrying about fashion, paying attention to the do's and don'ts that surround like what we're supposed to be wearing and how that stuff should fit. I totally get it. Most guys just wanna wear stuff that makes them look cool, comfortable, and relevant. And that's about as far as it goes. The problem is that a lot of guys wind up sticking with the clothes that they wore back in college, or worse yet, the clothes their kids are wearing. And that might work really good in your 20s, but not so much when you hit your 40s. All right, so hopefully I won't get too much heat for making this video because man, I'm just here to help. But jumping right in and coming in strong with the first thing that makes you look tacky is wearing sneakers with a suit. And we see this a lot right now, especially with casual culture being so incredibly popular, but I would suggest leaving this trend to the younger guys. And of course, there's a handful of older guys that could pull this off, but for the rest of us, I would just avoid it. Here's the other thing though, these funny little sneaker dress shoe hybrid things. And if you've been watching football at all this season, you've seen a lot of the commentators wearing these things. They kind of look like a dress shoe from the top, but then the bottom is kind of like this white sneaker sole. And look, I even have a pair of these things, but I don't wear them with a suit. I also don't wear plain white sneakers or really any other sneakers for that matter with the suit. I might wear them with jeans and chinos, but those guys on TV can get away with it because of the environment that they're in, right? And just because they're on TV, that doesn't mean they're following basic style rules. I see news anchors and reporters all the time getting things wrong and looking very tacky. So I guess the point here is, if you don't want to look tacky, avoid sneakers with a suit and stick with a classic dress shoe or a loafer. All right, and the next item that makes you look tacky kind of piggybacks off that first one, and it's trying to look too trendy. Now, I understand the importance of looking relevant and following the overall trends, but trying to do all the super current trendy trends is a recipe for disaster in my opinion. There's no need to flex all those giant luxury logos and the slouchy oversized fits and crop sweaters that all the young guys are doing right now. I mean, let them have it. Because 10 months from now, all that stuff is going to be out of style and there's going to be some brand new trend to replace all of those. Stick with the classics that fit well. All right, the next thing that makes you look tacky is carrying an outdated, worn out briefcase, messenger bag, carry-on bag, or suitcase that looks like something that your grandmother bought for herself back in 1982. Come on, man. You're a grown-up now, and it's time to start using grown-up things like nice luggage from Carl Friedrich, today's video sponsor. Now, truth be told, I've been using the original carry-on for the last couple years, and I put a lot of miles on it. I've taken it to Florida, Texas, Washington a few times, Arizona, Nevada, Atlanta a few times, Maine, Utah, and a few staycations here locally. It travels beautifully, and everything still works and looks as good as it did when this thing was brand new. But now I've got the larger check-in model suitcase. This thing is a perfect size. The shell is made of lightweight polycarbonate with an aluminum frame for extra durability, and they also use this beautiful Italian leather detailing, which I think looks fantastic. And I've mentioned before in some other videos about the 360-degree silent Japanese spinner wheels before and how smooth they are and how straight they track. Carl Friedrich doesn't mess around, and they stand behind all their products with a lifetime warranty and a 100-day trial. So if you don't like it within the 100 days, you can get a refund or an exchange. Gentlemen, click that link down in the description and get a great deal on a great bag that I know you will love as much as I do. It's the first link down in the description, so go take a look at everything Carl Friedrich has. All right, another thing that makes you look tacky is wearing pants that are too long. And I see this almost every single day when I'm out, and you probably do too. But I don't get it. Like, what's the deal? Don't these guys know that their pant legs are like 5 inches too long? Here's the test. Stand up in front of a full-length mirror, and if your pant legs are puddling and stacking down at your feet, and if it looks like your pants are trying to swallow up your shoe, they're just too long, period. They might also be a little too wide. Buy a shorter inseam and get used to your pants fitting like they should. All right, the next thing that can make you look tacky is overly customizing your car. And look, I'm a car guy, so my acceptance for car customization is pretty high, but at some point, you gotta look at it and ask yourself, am I still trying to act 24 at 44? Leave all that crazy stuff to the kids. But back in the day, man, I could not own a car without doing something to it. I even had a diesel F350 that was a flat-out rocket ship. But here's the other thing. Your blinged out V6 Mustang with a loud exhaust system is only announcing to the world that you couldn't afford to buy the V8 version. Tacky. Okay, the next tacky thing is wearing a comb over. And I get it, losing your hair sucks, but so does pretending that it's not happening. If you're losing it, either accept it and buzz it short, or get a transplant or start using some type of treatments to keep what you have left. And I understand it sucks and that you didn't do or not do anything to start losing your hair. But pretending that it's not happening and hiding behind a baseball hat or a comb over is not the solution. Accept it and embrace it, because I promise you, my friend, you care a lot more about your hair loss than anyone else does. All right, the next thing that makes you look tacky, and I'm probably gonna get some heat for this one, is only going after and trying to date younger women in their 20s when you're in your late 40s or 50s. And look, man, I get it, trust me. But I've met a few guys recently that are so fixated on only dating women in their 20s that it makes them look kind of pathetic. They're trying to dress like all super hip and they all seem to have some kind of a midlife crisis car and they're just way too overly enthusiastic. But listen, who am I to judge, man? I mean, I'm sure these guys are just out there trying to live their best life. And there's not a damn thing wrong with that. But there's a way to do it without looking try-hard and tacky. And listen, if you made it this far in the video, please let me know by tapping that like button. I would appreciate it. And as always, my friends, thank you for watching, live well, and I'll see you in the next one.